All right, look, I'm going to try to make this quick. Created a simple model in SketchUp. As you can tell, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces, which should be treated as individual polygroups. In the program, you can see that they're clearly separated. When I import this into Unreal Engine, it's going to reflect as such in the lighting. So what I'll do real quick is we'll do a Datasmith export. Let's go Facebook, Datasmith, and Unreal Engine. I will just Datasmith import that, which I would imagine that's what you're using for 3ds Max. So let's just hit OK and geometry only. It's going to give me a new folder in here. Usually there's a Datasmith file here, and then geometries is going to show my model. As you can see, it's rendering correctly as in terms of lighting. But if I go into modeling mode, and real quick, I'm just going to grab this, click Polygroup Edit, and we are going to set the selection filter to faces only and the marquee ignore occlusion to off, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. I'm going to select all and then recalculate normals, and here's your problem. The shading is weird. You brought this in here and it's treating it as though there is only one polygroup. So if I go to Polygroup Edit and I hover over the faces, it's going to show me that there's only one face, and the lighting will try to calculate light, assuming that this is one face, right? So you can't really light a 3D object as if it's one face, and that's the issue. So there are 6 different ways you can fix this. I can use the triangle edit option and manually select each triangle to try to merge them together. I can use triangle select and set the selection mode to angle filtered, and this will probably help me better select each face, and then we can create a polygroup that way. My method that I prefer with simple geometries like this would be to position the camera to where I can only see one face, go into polygroup edit mode. We're going to select all and hit decompose, and this is going to convert this into triangles. And then I will use the marquee to select only the faces that are visible by the camera, which is why I uncheck marquee ignore occlusion. And then I will merge those faces and then choose the recalculate normal options while that face is still selected. Okay, so I'll do the same thing here. We can recalculate normals at the end. So I'll do merge, reposition my camera, select it all, merge, reposition the camera, select merge, and then 2 ways I can do this. I can go in the floor and select this, or I can select all faces and then shift or control and unselect the faces that I don't want to merge. And then it leaves the bottom selected. Let's hit merge. And then I will select all and recalculate normals, accept, and now my lighting is fixed. So the only way to have this side face, this curved face, and this face treated as one polygroup, which again, another option to modify polygroups would be under UVs and paint polygroups. I can select one side of triangles and then hold Shift and Q, and then or click Shift and Q, and then that'll give me a different color. Shift Q, give me a new polygroup. Shift Q, Shift Q, and then one more time, Shift Q, and then hit accept. Now we have new polygroups again. So if I go to polygroup edit, you'll see all my different faces. And the last thing that I want to show is I can go into edge selection, and let's grab this edge and this edge and give it a small bevel, which is going to create new polygroups. So if I go back into face selection, I have a polygroup here and then a beveled polygroup. This could be fine as is. If I select all and recalculate the normals, it's going to look fine. But since those are beveled edges in the geometry, if I go back to polygroup edit, I can grab those faces, merge them, treat them as one polygroup, recalculate normals, accept, and it's still going to look pretty good because it is now one face, but it is treated as one polygroup because we have a rounded edge here. I hope that helps.